Hi, we are live. First of all, let me first tell you I am in love with myself. All right, so we got to talk about the Nikki and the Meg situation, baby. When I tell you on last night, early this morning, we got update that Nicki Minaj released her highly anticipated record to respond to Meg the Stallion record hit. So last night I got word, so I went over to my good, one of the best creators coming up in the game, Couture Bay. Went on her platform to give my thoughts, and mind you, I was tired, so I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go on my friend channel. I'm gonna give all I got, baby, because I'm working on fumes, baby. I'm gonna get my Bigfoot and I'm gonna get on over there and wake it up." Then I went on out there and I ate me some food, ate me some collard greens. Mama made a pot of greens and made some chicken in air fryer. And I went on and I went to bed because I knew I had to get on up in the morning and do a much needed morning show to talk about these two women. Now, first and foremost, when I got word that Bigfoot came out, my audience was trolling me. So I went over to my number one show on station here and I said, "This the song?" It was a weird record, like a white guy. And I said, "This is not the song." Then we went on over there and then finally the record came out. Bigfoot came out. The right song came out. And when I tell you, people was in the song, like literally. And so we're going to look at the lyrics here that we do best. Now, listen up, Bigfoot. You know I got a lot of tea. I went easy on you, glass fragment, foot, A word, B word. You know, whenever I meet a woman that will F a friend's man and let your friend talk about your ex-friend's baby on the internet, no. I know that have a very evil spirit. Where my prayer warriors at? I don't think you want the next installment of this song. I know it's the most attention you ever gotten. One flow, H word, but trust me, if you don't apologize to your mama in 24 hours, S word gonna get uglier than Ken Barbie, okay? Don't play. Now that was the outro. Now let's go all the way back up to the beginning of the record. That was the outro. Now this is the intro, right? Let's get to the intro. I just wanted to just say that for the outro. The outro was just boom, 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 boom. Now let's go to the beginning of this record, right? Let's get to the beginning of this record. And I want to make sure that y'all see y'all in the building, right? Y'all know we break down lyrics like none other. Don't nobody break down lyrics like we do over here at the Wiley Show. And we definitely going to break down the lyrics, okay? So we here in the building. So here we go. Yo, flow is such a bore. Drinking bottles of Henny through a straw. B word, you better stop with the dialogue. 28 S word. For I hit call and buy your catalog. Ha 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 sign. How you F your mother man when she died. How you go on Gail King and can't cry. Child Bob. Bigfoot, but you smell a small fry. Swearing on your dead mother when you alive. Hey yo, this the verse. This little begging W talking about Megan's Law. For a free beat, you can hit Megan Raw. Oh, if you a ghostwriter, Prada and Megan jaw. Shot strong, but I still ain't let Megan score. Tough. Bad B, she's like 6 foot. Oh, I call her Bigfoot. The B, it fell off. I said, get off your good foot. Ha ha. Still ain't top red ruby. No, trying to steal the sauce. I said, get off my cookbook. But really, I'm a sweetie pie. P-R-T-T-Y, but I'm P-E-T-T-R. Brr. Why did you lie about your lipo? Effing your best friend, man, is crazy. You the type, though. You was lying to the queen, then you went lying to King Gail. That 30-year-old T, so stale. Kylie kicked you out and made you stumble to the car. Barbs, I need a good alcohol bar. Roman way, that was the bar. Like a bodybuilder, I keep raising the bar. If you get popped with no scar. That little piggy toxic, someone adopted. Aha. Mm-hmm. S word get dark like chocolate. I'm about to get up in your A word B clench. Sort of like French. They got you all them Grammys, but your flow still ain't no. What Fiasco Lipe Future made you pay? Ha ha. She want to party with the baby while rubbing on Tory toupee. I guess she needed money bags for them Trey songs. She G Easy Carl made her crawl for it. Yo, why the F they poke the monster? Effing with Nikki this year, I'm coming like a P-star. She just mad that no N-word ever loved her. No N-word gonna stand 10 toes behind her. Is it my fault I got a good V9R? Why the F is you humping on a minor? Because she was lying on her dead mama. On your dead mama. Lying on your dead mama. On your dead mama. Lying on your dead mama. On your dead mama. Lying on your dead mama. Lying on your dead mama. Brr. Now listen up, Bigfoot. You know I got a lot of tea. I went easy on you. Glass fragment foot A word B. You know, whenever I meet a woman that will F her friend's man and let her friend talk about her ex-friend baby on the internet, I know that's a no-no. They have a very evil spirit. Where are my prayer warriors at? I don't think you want the next installment of this song. I know it's the most attention you ever gotten. One flow, H word. But trust. If you don't apologize to your mama in 24 hours, that's going to get uglier than Ken Barbie. Okay? Don't play. And also, I like to say to my supporters, I love you. May God bless you. You're amazing. All the good P word gal, them too. Yes. But I'm very serious. H word, the things that I've lied about, even pertaining to your mom, you don't want them out, okay? Now, since you think it's funny to speak about people's families, we're joined in. We'll all play the reindeer games. Soon as your new nose heal, as soon as your, well, we'll leave that for the second installment. Okay. First of all, Line of Your Dead Mama was a bar. But when we get to the bars of this song, first of all, when it caught me, it was like lukewarm. But when I kept listening to it, I see the aesthetic of Roman, but the aesthetic of Roman, like this, the preview of Roman. A preview. When she said, how you F your mother man when she died? Right then and there, she's coming hard. She literally said that this woman slept with a dead woman's man. She came hard. Now, first of all, it's the lyrics that is going to create the conversation over the country that she dragged her. How you go on Gayle King and can't cry? Like Nikki aesthetic, she did it. Like she came hard. This was the rush Nikki. Even with the rush Nikki, her bars are hitting. Her bars are hitting. At first, when I did a poll to my audience, and they didn't enjoy the record. But as I go back and I keep listening to it, line on your dead mama, line on your dead mama, like that, to me, you know, for anybody, that to me make it seem like cool to have a dead mama. In an instance, like she made it entertaining. She brought the deceased on the record. So this was just so really, 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 really good, man. I just got to say that she want to party with the baby while rubbing on Tory toupee. So that talk about how she was screwing the baby and rubbing on Tory Toupee. This is a very iconic record because not only is she bringing up all of Megan mishaps, but she also bringing up Megan's yoni. Baby, she brought the yoni to the docket. And I gotta tell you all this. There is nothing wrong screwing in the industry. But the problem is Megan have screwed in the industry, and women is saying that's disgusting. That's disgusting. But again, Nikki was screwing Lil Wayne and actually got surgery because Lil Wayne only wanted to screw like bigger women, and she felt like she was going to get dropped, so she went under the knife. So all of this talking about surgeries, let's not talk about the surgery. Look at Nikki original nose, look at Nikki nose now. Look at Nikki original body, look at Nikki body now. So nobody can talk about bodies as of right now because y'all all looking like a science project, period, point blank. But it's good entertainment as an all because now his is still going to shoot up in the charts because it's a more marketable record, and she is an independent artist, so it's all on the it's all on the floor. Like Meg put everything into her music, right? She sacrificed so much into her music financially, and she took the risk. It's a risk, but it with a high reward if it hit. But I'm listening to this song and I'm like, okay, this is dope. So I'm literally going on Twitter, and people over there on Twitter Spaces with gray walls and flat screens, and they cussing, they doing all on the personality. But the personality is weird in front of the gray screen and the flat screen, like they're boring and dry, like they're really just boring. But then on Twitter, baby, they cussing, they ratchet, they yelling, everything that they should be bringing on the flat screen and on the gray screen, they don't bring it. Like, I'm looking on the Twitter space, I'm like, yes, this is what you want, but you over there talking over there for free. Over there talking all that boo bop for free. But then you go over there to the flat screen and to the gray screen, and you're talking like a bunch of dead people. Talking like a zombie. Like, I just don't understand that. I just don't get it at all. But for me, I think that when I listen to Nikki, I think Nikki have to respond because Nikki wants this imaginary massive beef. There is nothing that Meg did to make Nikki do this other than Meg got Grammys and Nikki doesn't. Meg got better relationships and Nikki doesn't. Meg went on to have an incredible career without Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj did not get a record to Meg and made her internationally. No, it was the Beyonce record, and it was also her working with Cardi that eat her up. Like, you work with my ops girl, and I helped you leverage your position in the industry to go over there and working with Cardi B. That's what that point is about. It's all stemming back to Cardi. She up there gonna throw shade at Kim Barbie. It's all stemming back to Cardi. She want to take Cardi out and Megan out because Cardi and Megan had one of the most iconic records ever. Outsold Nicki Minaj, all of her records. WAP outsold it all. It was a very iconic. It had conversation in the culture. Everybody and their mama was talking about it. People, dead mamas were talking about, the ghosts was talking about that record. They was up there screwing each other in the grave with that record. Why? So I just felt like Nikki is whacking her all because Megan left that pretty much left that cult. And Nicki Minaj can't deal with that. Like, how dare you leave me and do better than me? And that's the whole point that Nikki, and then Nikki had to go back to the drawing board and to really prove to the world that, yes, I can sell records and all of that. But it took her to postpone release dates, to egg and promote her audience to not only dox, but to do mass streaming, illegal mass streaming. That's what these barbs do. These barbs do the most craziest things ever. And this is why Nikki get doxxed, and this is why police show up to her door, because you lead that type of war. You do that, and you so nasty with it on public record. You're nasty with it. You order your barbs to harass, to commit crimes. That's what you do. And if you're not careful, Nicki Minaj, you could be labeled as a whole online terrorist group. Like, if you're not careful, you can literally become that, because that's what you're turning your organization to. When they don't listen to you, you order them to harass, to dox, and you order them to do it. And you even said, Nicki Minaj, to even put out people real information. Do you not know if you harm somebody that you're going to go down, you black woman, just because you think you sound like you're from London? You still a ghetto black woman with limited funds, and it can all go away, because if you do it to the wrong one and they drag you up in a nasty lawsuit, you could be held liable not only criminally but also civilly, because what you're doing is stupid and it's dumb, because your old bitter self cannot just bow down gracefully, focus on your own talent, focus on your own tour. You trying to take people out, because in the words of Lil' Kim, you wanted to be the only one, and you're not. You too old. It's giving dementia. It's giving I cannot take it. It's giving I don't want to be in this wheelchair. It's giving I don't want to be in a retirement home. Like, girl, just give it up. No matter, you ain't gonna take out no Meg. You ain't gonna take out Cardi. There is plenty women. You got Sexy Red came up through the roof. Like, it's plenty women. Understand that. Your audience have moved on. They don't just got you in the playlist. They got everybody in that playlist. For a woman that's 41 years old, it's old in the industry. We're talking about industry age. That's what we're talking about. Industry-wise, 40-some years old is too old for a woman to be doing. And so you trying to take out people instead of using them to keep yourself relevant. You want to go to war, and you're going to lose that war. You're going to lose that war, because when Meg talk about your husband, when she bring up Jennifer, when she talk about your brother, his aggressive way, when you talk about your cousin screwing people, all the incest. So it's like you got a lot of dirty deeds, honey, and it picks up a lot of traction. And she gonna go there, and it's gonna win, because your husband is a whole registered S word, honey. You're sleeping with a whole R word. You're sleeping with a man that took a woman's yoni, and you're mad about that because you weak and dumb. You talking all that roo-rah, but you date a man that can't even go to the schoolyard. Like, come on. You talking all that roo-rah, but your son, your baby daddy can't even go take his son to ice cream with the kids in the schoolyard. He can't go there. He gonna get arrested, charged, or protest. That's you. And that whole thing with the Megan's Law got you hot like fish grease. So that's your whole point. You did that. Out of plenty, man, you'd have came out better sleeping with me. You'd have came out better sleeping with Wayne. You'd have came out better giving it to Jay-Z. You want to be a white woman, Becky, with the good hair. You could have gave it to Offset. You gave it to a man, a known vicious criminal, and got caught weak criminal that delete folks and take the innocence of young black girls. So that's what I'm not understanding from you, Nikki. I just don't get it. You picked up that L. You did it, and you trying to make it right. It ain't right, because after you pull it back, it's stinky and dirty. Like, it's crazy. Then you got a offspring that hope and pray that he don't turn into the father, and you know what I'm saying? And take somebody ice cream or innocence in the schoolyard. You better hope your son don't end up like that, because it's a possibility that he's going to end up like the father. It's a possibility. Your son still haven't said his ABCD. Can he say the ABCs? Can he say his 1, 2, 3s? Do he have is he a little touch? And that's probably why you mad, because you did all that and your son is muted. It's just like, you did this. At the end of the day, Nikki, you picked this up. And then you have the audacity. What my prayer word? Prayer words for what? Them prayers ain't gonna go nowhere. They ain't stunned about praying. Only thing they worried about is doxing, pulling up to people's jobs, and gonna get deleted. With the way that some of these barbs are doing, they're calling harassing producers. They're calling harassing TikTok people. All because they queen picked an R word and a person on the SO registry list and married the man. Now, I wasn't mad if you just went on to screw them, but you married the dude. That's the most stupidest thing that you can do as a woman, is to marry a R word. So his our activity, his SO activity, registered activity, you drug with it. You drug with it, and you mad about that. That to me, heifer, should just be a wake-up call. So all them raps, all them stuff, you still married to a man that can't even travel internationally without getting his PR permission. You have to do that. You trying to drag your man around, and this the gag. The man is destroying your career in the industry. People don't want to be around a man that's on the SO registry list. It reminds them of a freak off, and you married a freak off that took the innocence of Jennifer, took the innocence of that young girl, and people are reminded of that. And you're mad that he's not accepted in the industry. And then he got embarrassed when he tried to speak up. He looked pathetic and got on house arrest. So you going through all this type of stuff and don't have a job and all this type of stuff, and you doing it. That's your craziness. And you have a son that can't even say his ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, because you're so busy chasing this crown, and you need to be giving your son some type of tutoring or some type of special training so he don't end up muted for the rest of his life. You better call Toni Braxton. Her son was muted, and she put her son in the program. She took a break from Unbreak My Heart, and she focused on her son, and that's why her son now can really sit out here and start talking. So you're so busy trying to chase your husband that want little girls, and you're trying to chase women that don't want to bow down to you, and your son is still blowing bubbles and eating dry cereal and writing on the wall. So let's stop with the BS. Let's stop with the BS. Let's stop with the whole idea of the drug. Let's just stop it, girl. Stop it. You did that. You know why that son can't speak? Because that son is dealing with the karma of the father that deleted and took the innocence of the daughter. So that karma is going to touch that son because he's the product of a whole R-word enterprise. That's the gag. That's literally the gag. That baby going to grow up knowing that my father took the innocence of a woman. That's the gag. For the rest of his life, he going to have a mark on his head. I'm a product of a man that took the innocence of young girls. That's the gag. And that's something that you started, that you did because you were so desperate. You needed somebody to come at you, and you picked the whole artwork. You are one of the worst people ever because now you trying to make an artwork happen and make him relevant in society, you sick psycho you. That's the whole thing that gets me with you. Okay? That's what gets me with you. You don't care. And then you use your non-talking offspring to help the father, your husband, your baby daddy, cover up his wicked ways, pretending like y'all in the schoolyard when y'all actually in the basement of a hotel. Like you're trying to use him as a prop to cover up your husband wicked ways. Baby, you can't cover that up. That's government. Baby, you could just go on and do some typing. You can pull up the husband. Baby, we know your address because of your husband thought that it was okay to screw a little girl. That's the gag for you, Megan. That's the gag for you to put in the lyrics because Nikki is a whole read within herself. You go to the father, he gone, he know how to control himself driving. You can go to her brother, and yeah, he couldn't control his hormones with a 3-year-old and got caught. Like you could just go on and on and on and on and on. And according to Ken Barbie, and this is a little light work. This is a little light work. Okay, this is a little light work with my big foot. So we can literally go to Ken Barbie because Ken Barbie did respond to you. And Ken Barbie wrote a very powerful, long post, but we going to read it because Ken Barbie called me last night. And so I definitely going to read what he wrote on last night, if y'all don't mind. So Ken Barbie wrote a thesis statement. He said this, quote, "The fact that I be on this lady mind is funny, but I love this. I get paid for this. Nikki, how are you going to buy anyone catalog when you got liens on your publishing and on your tour deal. You blew your advance from your last tour. Now this tour is collateral. So you're literally about to tour for free because you owe Uncle Sam money. You want to holler that people judge your disgusting A-word husband because they're not used to being loved, but you know who is used to being loved exactly like you? Wendy Williams. He loved her pockets to the end, letting her do all type of substance so he could keep digging in that purse while you sit up there looking like an A-word. That man is keeping you all D-word up and mixing your C-word with horse tranquilizers and Ozempic so he can make you more stupid while taking your money and letting you look crazy. You have to buy love. You have no room to judge anybody or anything. You have no friends, hence why they got you out there looking like a complete maniac while they yes queen you to D-word just to keep their brownie points and your nasty ego under control. Your brothers are pedos. Your real dad is a drug A-word like you. Your little sister is living in the projects. Okay. You might be Nicki Minaj on the surface, but deep down inside, you're the hurt little girl that your mom abandoned in Trinidad till you was 5, and that's why you hate her. You want to take about, oh, he meant to say talk. You want to talk about apologizing to mothers like you. Didn't you hit your own mom as she came out your own mouth? You still haven't forgiven her. Mine, no family, no friends, just coke. And he posts some information about Nicki Minaj's financial situation. And I said, yikes. And first of all, he had every right to talk about Nicki Minaj because Nicki mentioned him, right? Every right. And this is a very iconic moment for Ken Barbie because not only was he mentioned by Nicki Minaj, he was trending on Twitter, right? And everybody, like people have been given gray walls, flat screens, and never was mentioned by Nicki Minaj. They are fuming at the mouth because they thought they was going to get mentioned. No, honey, you're not in the conversation. This man is in the conversation because he truly have a relationship with Cardi because Ken Barbie came on our show multiple times and left comments. And he said, quote, "That's my friend. We've been friends a long time since we were playing on the side streets of Mexico." So they have been friends a very long time. So, but my point that I want to make, you guys, that Nicki does have skeletons in her closet. And her father was on substance. He was a whole on heroin. That's what her father was. So her whole family is a roast and a gag within itself. And the sick part about it is she keeping the sickness going because she had a child by a sick man. So that take innocence of young girls. So that's the whole point that Nicki Minaj have to deal with as a woman. But at the end of the day, this is only going to make Meg go higher and higher and higher because it proved that Meg can make the girls holler. She said on the Breakfast Club, a hit dog will holler. She said, I'm talking to whoever, a hit dog will holler. And obviously, Nicki Minaj is that dog. So she have hollering. Like she went on a whole 72-hour rant. She did a record, and a lot of people was upset because the rollout didn't hit. Megan hit. Nobody knew that Megan was going to come the way that she did because most people are scared to address Nicki. At one point, all the female rappers didn't say a word. Some have said it and they lost. Like Lotto said it, and then she kind of flip-flopped. She didn't believe in herself. It was a good moment, but she didn't believe in herself. And she was dying for that reaction from Nicki. Nicki paid her dust. But Nicki, why that? She was still digging at Meg over and over and over and over. So it built up for Meg to say, hey, I'm going to respond to Nicki verbatim. I'm going to come after her with this. And she did it. And it worked because now the song was #1 on iTunes. It was #1 on Apple, right? Apple's and iTunes, right? It was eating up the charts on Spotify. So that worked for Meg. It worked because we wasn't expecting that. We was not expecting that from Meg. I wasn't expecting that. Nobody heard any chatter about it. She released it, and then she went on a promo tour, called into these radio stations, and she called it and went and started dancing. And that would made Nikki upset because Nikki can't really go to those parties because she want her husband to go. But who want a party with a man with an ankle bracelet? Nobody. Who want a party with a man that his PO people got to document and put on record that he gonna be there? Nobody. You got to alert law enforcement that a convicted R-word pedo is on his way to party. So that's the whole point that we're going to. So when I saw this on the record that Nikki released, I said, okay, it was a cute little cute. Could have been better for Nikki because I expected better for Nikki. But at the end of the day, now people is really going to rush about and get Meg response because Meg was prepared. Meg is educated. Meg is very calculated, and Meg is very talented. And Meg is listening to her team. In order to win this war, you got to listen to your experts that's been in the business. You got to listen to them. Sound counsel is key. So you can't be going, you said that about me, yo, P word. No, you're wasting time. Put it in music. Make the people go stream this music. Stop going on Instagram and telling these people for free. This is why I'm very limited in dragging folks on Instagram on a non-entity, a non-monetized platform. I'm very making sure, let me go on my YouTube or whatever. If anybody try to drag me on Twitter, DM, I pay it dust. If anybody try to drag me in the comments, I pay it dust. Whatever you got to say about Wiley, you better download your mama phone and call in and let's do it on the show. You can write me a whole paragraph. I just dissed the man with a flat screen and gray walls. No comments have I responded to in a negative way. Because again, your job is to comment. My job is to respond on the show. If you got anything to say, if you want my attention, baby, hit that phone line and we can go toe to toe and you can say what you got to say. Because why would I go down in the comments? No, I don't. I see every comment. I like every comment and I move on. I go and I sleep well. The problem is I don't focus on them comments. It don't get onto me. If you got something to say so bad, baby, we got a StreamYard that you can hit. And most of y'all won't hit the StreamYard because you look dusty and crusty. Okay, it's giving embalming fluid. So and then, or you can hit the call-in line. So let's stop with the BS because I get the comments. I see the comments. It doesn't do anything to me because I'm still going to continue to do the show. So when I criticize Nikki and all of these people, all of them videos is in the algorithm. All of them videos I'm getting comment on over and over and over. I'm getting the alerts because I was ahead of the game. I started talking about Nicki Minaj early and telling the truth about Nicki Minaj. I got tired of people kissing her butt when her butt didn't deserve to be kissed. It deserved to be, touched in a way like rebuked. Her butt cheek deserved to be rebuked. And I had to rebuke those cheeks. And so when I rebuked those cheeks, it worked. And this is what took my show to the next level. They said, Wiley, thank you for not being a platform where you do sing her praise what it need to be, but then you also drag her, you know what I mean, when she need to be dragged. And so I did it and it worked. It actually got me in the conversation mix. Now, when people actually comparing my name with other people's names and they have 50 times the amount of support that I have, but because of the viewership and because of the response of the people, it's just out of this world. So we just personally had to say that. Now, we will open up the phone lines and let y'all call in. But I want to know, did y'all enjoy this record? Nikki and Meg, both records came out. Did you enjoy Nicki Minaj record? I did a poll on my community wall because I wanted to see where was the producers at in this particular channel. Where were the producers at? So let me go to the producers. So I go to the poll and I asked, over 300 people have voted 10 hours ago. I said, did you enjoy Nicki Minaj new record, Bigfoot? Out of 300 people that have voted, 31% said yes. 69% said no. When you go here, yes, it wasn't supposed to be lyrical, just having fun with it. Actually just seemed like a warning message. The lyrics are so random. I'm not a barb. She's trying too hard for all the wrong reasons. Nikki is turning a lot of people off with her ongoing petty behavior, particularly at her age. So they said, yes, I enjoyed it. They said, I won't stop supporting her, but I'm not a Barb no more. Someone said under there, who cares? She's still rich. They said, I'm not talking until the next installment comes out. Nikki really said she went easy on Meg. Okay, so that's pretty much what people said. So we're going to open up the phone lines, and we're going to allow you to call in and give your thoughts at this very moment. We're going to allow y'all to call in. You see how I was able to do that show real quick? I was able to do that show quick, fast, in a hurry. I was able to do this show quick, fast, in a hurry. And now we're going to allow you all to call in and give your thoughts. Moderators, y'all can put the number on the in the chat here. And we're definitely going to talk about it. All right. So if anybody want to call in, this is great. I didn't want to make this a long, lengthy video. I just wanted to get my point across and my thoughts so you all could hear it. So I think we got a couple of people that had already called in. Give me a second. Let me call you back. All right. Give me a second. Hello, you live. Hold on 1 second. You live on the Wiley Show. How you doing?
Hey Wiley, how you doing this morning?
Doing good.
Well, it's morning where I'm at.
Yes.
So listen, I'm listening to you. I'm supposed to be working, but that's beside the point. I'm listening to you. I went on. I listened to both sides. Nicki Minaj's response to Meg. So this is what I have to say, and I'm older. I'm in a 50 age group. So what I know is Megan had time to prepare and put this out there. She got a little video to go with it. So unless you're a real spitfire rapper where you can just shoot it off the top, nobody's going to be able to respond. And Nikki is not in that position to really respond. Her response was cute. That's it. It was cute. It wasn't fire. It was cute. My other statement is in regards to Nicki Minaj. I never understand why women stick by men that have these controversial behaviors or want to be around men like that, except going back to, how she grew up in her family life. But you would think that she would want to move past that and do better, but apparently not. So when people talk about Megan Thee Stallion and her mess and what could or could not be, the only thing I have a gripe with her is I still do not believe that Tory shot her. I believe that the other young Chelsea was in the car and she shot her, and there's a whole big kerfuffle as to why they didn't.
Well, regardless of it, Tory, let's just stop it. Your assumptions don't mean nothing. Tory was convicted.
That's correct.
He was
found
guilty. It is what it is. He was found.
A lot of people are found guilty that weren't guilty.
But we talk about this Tory Lane piece, baby. He was found guilty, and it is what it is. He was found guilty. If Kelsey was the one that did it, then Tory Lane should have got his toothpaste up there and should have went on and took the stand and said, "You ain't said nothing about that woman did that. That woman, that was the perfect opportunity for his lawyers to say, but did you do it? Nothing. Crickets." So again, he was convicted. He was found guilty, and he's in prison. We need to move on. So
explain to me why Chelsea's fingerprints were on the gun too.
I can't. That's not my type of explain. You should have been talking that to Tory lawyer, right? Them bring it up, but you try to bring it up to me is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Bringing up this stuff now don't mean nothing if you could not prove that and bring that in a procedural matter in court. So he was found guilty. The juror said guilty on all counts. 12 strangers all came to the conclusion and said that the prosecutors proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt. We don't give a damn about public perception or public outcry. We don't care. If that was the case, then OJ would have been under the jail because majority of the white folks wanted him to be convicted. But because he had a great lawyer, they had the best explanation of the story, and those jurors said not guilty. So we seen it play out with the black folks. We also seen it played out with the white folks. It's all about what lawyer you got to tell a great story and which story the jury believe. Period. They believe that Tory Lane poop and her pinky toe, her ankle, right? They believe the prosecutor's point of view. They believed in their case beyond a reasonable doubt. So that's the whole point where folks should just realize that that's the point where people should realize that that's it. Like you can say free Tory till you free out of free. But at the end of the day, the man in prison. The man is in prison and he won't be getting out until a couple of more years. And even in the appeal process, you still in that baby for some years. Do you understand how the appeal is? Baby, the appeal, baby, you know, that's an appeal thing. So that's how that go forward. I think personally, if Tory would have just listened to his original offer that the prosecutor gave it to him, he would have been out of prison. He the one that allowed the public to boost that to pay up to go fight something that it was a losing battle. You should have went on and took that plea deal. The plea deal, the man would have been out this year. He would have been out. But because he was foolish and because he thought he was going against a system and thought he was going to win against a system, he lost. He really, really lost. So that's the whole point when it comes to that with the Tory Lanez piece. And not to cut the lady off, she hung up because her phone is going in and out. Okay. It was giving cricket internet connection. So if anybody want to call in, the number is on the screen here, 972-674. Let me post the number in here. 972-674 is the number to anybody that do want to call in and give their thoughts. He had enough money to prove his innocence, so why didn't he? Exactly. So that's the whole point when it comes to the whole Tory Lanez people. They bring it up, oh, he shouldn't have been in prison and blah, 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 blah. But Tory Lanez is not an innocent man. He did it, baby. Baby, Tory Lanez did that. This ain't no prisoner of war. This is not no. That man did what he was accused of, and the jury believed it. Whether he did it or not, the jury believed it. Now, that's what happened. Okay, Tory was convicted after cheating and talking to it. So that's the whole point about it. Was it sad on all points? Yes. And I told people, I said, Megan's career going to survive this. It's going to survive this because Megan is still profitable. This is a different era. We want the industry is used to more women. You know, they wasn't really used to it back then when Remy Ma did what she did. They still was used to just having Nikki only, but now the industry is used of all these. Well, it's so many women now. It's crazy. I can't even keep up. There's about 5 or 6 or 7 women that's on the charts that's selling. So you know how that goes. How come Tory said, okay, exactly, Chocolate. How come Tory said she didn't hit her in the Bigfoot? You know what I mean? Like, because they trying, because that's a part of a cult. This is why me and the woman that's writing to Tory and trying to get on, trying to get conjugal visits, this woman went on a whole campaign to defend Tory Lanez. And look what happened. It didn't work. She did all that defending Tory Lanez, was literally on a Zoom meeting defending Tory Lanez, and forgot to stop speeding on ice, and she got in a whole accident. She almost lost her life defending a prisoner. So that's the whole point that I'm talking about, man. Stop with the BS. Now, the number's on the screen here. Anybody else want to call in? Because I know y'all like to talk mess in the comments, but I'm here for it. But just guess what? I only gonna click like on the comments. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. You think you gonna see me with my big foot go back and forth with you in the comments? The answer is nope. I don't do that. I look at every comment and like every comment, and I move on. Okay, that's exactly what I do. Tory got away with so much before this incident, so he thought he would get away with popping Meg, but his arrogance caught up with him. Period. It caught out with him. That's how they go. It caught out with him. Okay. That's the whole point. It caught up with him, and I love you all. Tory was full of pride and found out God hates pride. Okay, you better say it. So that's the whole point of what we're talking about. Not only the guy hates it, he lost. The guy hates it, and he lost. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hello, Wiley. Hello, producers. Listen, I am loving the commentary. Yeah. After listening to the song again, I still rated it a 6. It did not do what it needed to be. It didn't do what needed to be done. And then she invited Ken Barbie into the drama, and he literally aired her out. Aired her out for the world to see. And she brought this on herself because all she had to do was not be emotionally charged and left it alone. That's just how I personally feel about it. People bringing up the fact that Megan lied on Tory. Child, please. Tory was a felon in the state of California where you cannot have any weapons. Like an easy case, an easy win case. And they offered him probation. So it is what it is. Megan woke the streets up. Nicki Minaj, woke the streets up with this not so good diss response. And it's all a win for both the ladies because, child, as quiet as it's kept, Nicki needs this money. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. My have the tables turned, but good show, Wiley. Keep waking up the internet, and
yeah, I'm here for it. And like I said, I was just on Meg's Instagram here, and again, I love her team. You can really tell that she is working with Beyonce, right? And she posts on Instagram a picture of her body with a red string showing her tatas, her chest meat, and she posted the stats. She said Apple Music Global top 100 songs daily. Hence, new peak #1, rise to #1 in its third day. Megan is the first female rapper in history to have multiple solo songs achieve this, featuring Hiss and Body. So this woman, she's not rushing on Instagram, going to drug event. This is helping Meg because at the end of the day, because this rollout was just trash. And even let's get to the Breakfast Club here. The Breakfast Club, this is a bar that used to really love. I mean, he went toe to toe with Kim about Nikki. He said on the Breakfast Club, he said Bigfoot ain't it. This is Charlamagne the Guy. Claims he would have enjoyed it if the lyrics weren't things she already tweeted. There's absolutely no reason that should have left the studio. I just think because of Nicki Minaj was so upset at the song, she just tweeted everything. Everything that she was writing for the record, she just put it out because she didn't have clearance to release the song then. So she just had to tweet it. And that was because she was caught off guard. You can tell when a person is caught off guard.
She was triggered, Wiley, and I'm sick and tired of people saying she wasn't. We know what triggered looks like. We're on the internet, so we know what triggered looks like in 4K. We've seen triggered. We've seen how triggered will have you burning a book. You know what I'm saying? In 4K, posting people's obituaries on the community tab, crashing out. Getting arrested. We know what triggered looks like. So the fact that people are trying to convince us we don't see what we see is wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And that Megan's Law piece, it hurt Nikki. It brought up
to the core.
It hurt her to the core. That's what made her go off with 72. She went off on a rant and she got off her course. Boom, boom, boom. Because what she should have did was put the song out. I mean, it's so many producers that would have loved this opportunity to put a beat. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty. Yeah. This is Nicki Minaj. Do you know producers, they would love this moment.
They would have did the beat for free.
They would have did it for free just for that publicity of knowing that I did this for Nicki because they don't get clients, right? I just feel
Yeah.
like Nikki rushed and it didn't hit, and Meg caught her off guard, and it was so great. And now Meg have used Nikki in this situation as a rollout because this is her rebrand. This is her gray walls and flat screen moment. This is a rollout for her, and she did. You only got one chance to do a sneak.
Listen, they be talking all that flop ish, but I said it, in the music industry, you could be down for a whole year, and all it takes is one hit. We've seen it with the greats. We've seen it with the Beatles. They said the Beatles was out, they'll never come back, and all of a sudden they had a smash hit, and it was back on the map. So Smith, the greats, Jay-Z, oh, Beyonce. All it takes is one hit. That's all you need is one for the people. And when the people tune in, you lock in and you have to be laser focused. My issue with Nicki Minaj is she decided to act erratic in a time where you have the number one selling album. You're charting. People are buying your tickets, and you want to fight with someone who's not even on your level financially, spiritually, nothing. But now it goes to show you are bothered, you are pressed, because there's no way at the height of what Pink Friday is doing, I would have responded to that.
Unless it's deflated numbers, if it's not real numbers. Because I think we assume that Nikki got more money than Meg. We assume, but that's probably not the truth.
Yeah.
So I just think, because you can't tell me that you're just so better and you responded. That means you're telling the world, I'm on the same level with the rest of you all. Okay? Because if this was Pink Friday, you a platinum selling album, right? I mean, if this is really real. But then you abandoned that to attack Meg, that doesn't make any sense. Meg is not on the label. Meg is independent, and you giving this independent artist the machinery and the backing of the Barbs, because the Barbs is going to listen to the record just to criticize. Who gives a damn if you criticize that? As long as you're streaming coin, clink, every time you stream, those are coins, especially if you are, I don't know her deals, her numbers, but if you are truly independent and you distribute it and you just have the, I don't know the split, but if it's a good split, let's say if you get 60% of each stream, that's good for Meg. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her type of, I'm assuming that she's getting a lot back, because she said, girl, I'm spending this money, I'm paying all these, you know what I'm saying? She's really putting her money in.
And it makes her hungrier. I'm going to finish with this, Wiley. The drive makes you hungrier when your back is up against the wall, the world is counting you out. You know rap is what you want to do. You've always dreamt about being a rapper. This woman's been coming for you, and you feel like people aren't feeling you, and you got something to say. Baby, listen, a hungry underdog is someone you should always watch out for. It's not the ones who are getting fed, because remember, Marie Antoinette said, feed them cake, and they chopped her head off. Okay? You never underestimate the person who's hungry, who's tired, whose stomach is touching their back.
That's true. And I think that even on YouTube, this is a very competitive. You got to be, you're so right. You got to be careful discarding people that's underdog, because they have nothing to go but up. It was a point of the temptation. And Otis said, well, there's no way we can go but up. Right? We just get L out L out L out L, because you only need that one win. And they got that hit, and the rest is history. We don't remember all the flops that the Temptations had. We don't remember it. But what we remember is my girl. We remember the win. And that's the point that gets me when it comes to this whole Meg and Nikki situation. These people don't really have it. Even when I look at YouTube and I look at these creators, some of these creators don't have it anymore. They used to have it, and you see the crumble, you see the crash out, you see the, I just want to just rebrand, and they're crashing out. You see it, and it's sad. It's like you see it, and it's very sad. And I'm looking at Nikki, that she once had the industry in a chokehold, and she no longer have that industry in a chokehold, baby. She no longer have that. The Breakfast Club used to be a great ally to Nikki. It shifted, it changed, because Nikki started doing some backhanded things to them DJs over there. and they clap back. I mean, people is very sensitive, especially DJ. They're very sensitive, and that's a close knit community. So if you're going around being messy and lying on some of these DJs, these radio personalities, that's going to end bad for you because you're still going to need radio. You
Yep.
you need
Listen,
everything possible, especially when you are at 40 some years old. You need the allies. You're going to need allies, and I don't think Nikki have enough allies. She have a lot of enemies, and she stepped on a lot of
she
toes.
has no. She has way too many enemies. She have way too many gays up in her camp, and she don't have enough network. Okay, in order to be successful in any industry, you have to be pleasant to work with. Even the hardcore bitches, okay, the Naomi Campbells of the world, the Tyra Banks. You know what I'm saying? The people who they said are rotten to the core. The Beyonces have a network. So that's all. But I'm gonna let you go, Wiley, because I gotta get back to work. But I hate to
I
fuck with
love you,
you.
and we will see you in, we will see you in Vegas, and like you guys, y'all need to go and see that review that Couture
Yes.
did last night. It was really good. We came on there, and it was great. It wasn't long. It was straight to the point, and it was very funny. And it was very informative, and we were just giving our
I'm
opinion.
sick.
And I know a lot of people will get mad. Oh, I thought she was a bar. Oh, what happened? She shifted. She changed. No, I just think she have her own mindset, and she's grown. We're not teenagers. Like, we're not easily influenced. We grown. We work with
Grown,
society.
grown.
We grown. We all have our mind because we don't take this stuff serious when it comes that serious. How some of these people are doing, calling people, doxing people. It ain't that serious. First of all, we got too much things going on in our day-to-day operation to be calling somebody for Nikki. Baby, the only thing I'm gonna be calling A-Boss, can I pick a couple more shifts? How to grow my platform, take me a course. I ain't about to call no producer because of Nikki. Nikki already rich, right? Nikki already, quote unquote, got it. We trying to get rich so we can sit at home and talk about people for a living. You know what I'm saying?
Hello. Hello. I'm dropping down. Love you, Wiley. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. I'm just keeping it all the way real. I know y'all don't like it, but I just got to keep it real. Okay, I definitely got to keep it real when it comes to that. Okay, all right, when it comes to that, and I love you all dearly. Now we got one more person that did call in, so we're gonna bring them up. And if y'all call in, thank you to Couture Bay for calling in. 26 to the 28th. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful on this beautiful Monday.
Amen. Hold on, let me I've been catching up on all your shows. So I'm finally catching you live, so I'm happy about that. But I just wanted to say that yes, you are correct about everything. I don't think that Bigfoot was it because all she did was recited what she posted on Twitter. I felt like there was other great lines that Megan Thee Stallion had said in his, like the bending wall comment gagged me. The guy posted up in somebody's hood like a bad, like a bad chick. That Megan Law was very informative because a lot of people who didn't understand that bar was like, it's just a bar. And I'm like, go Google it, go look it up. So I like the fact that it was educational. Nicki Minaj piece, it was goofy. And for three writers to be her and two other writers to be on that disc record, I just felt like with three heads, y'all could have came up with something a little bit more punchy, you know. Because none of that stuff that she said about Megan is proven facts. Like, you can't prove none of that, but we could prove that we could prove that you edit your pictures to where your walls are bending. We can prove the fact about your husband. We can prove facts that your husband was posted up in a hood in somebody else's hood game banging, which is why he was on house arrest. Like, these are things that are proven facts. Like, you
saying that a grown woman sleeping around, you think that's not an insult. I'd rather for that rumor to be spreading around versus a rumor about me doing what R. Kelly or what Tiffany Haddish have done. Like, it's 2024. Why are we still shaming someone for having sex, consensual sex, with adults? Like, how is that a drag? How is that how is being shot in the foot a drag? Like, or how is like talking about somebody's deceased mother? How is that a drag? How is that funny? None of that was funny. I don't, and that's not even me being sensitive because I'm a Bernie Mac fan. I'm a Wiley fan, and if you're a fan of Wiley, then you're definitely not sensitive. You definitely have tough skin. You know, you have talked about a lot of tough topics, you know, especially with women choosing Pookie and Ray Ray, you know, so it's not like we never had tough conversations, you know what I mean? So it's like you're talking about Megan mother being deceased, but I really feel like she just reflecting on how she feels about her father being deceased. Like, your dad just died. You are the epiphany of women getting their bodies done. You the reason why there's so many women getting their bodies done. People like to say it's the Kardashians, but it was Nicki Minaj for the black women. Black women used to say wearing pink hair was just the ugliest ghettoest thing. Now women are wearing pink hair with the bang, with the imp booties, and walking around here calling themselves Barbies. So it's like, how are you making fun of something that you started? You know what I mean? So I do agree with your commentary. Hopefully, once this rap battle really get kicked off, hopefully we can hear some better material from Miss Nicki Minaj. That's it. Oh, hold on. Let me give you my donation because I saw your last video where you were saying that you have not been getting any donations.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for that. I just feel that, you know, when we come into this business as a woman fought to be able to sleep with whomever and not be judged for it. There was a whole feminine movement for that. There was a movement that women should be able to walk around like men without a bra on, right? There was a whole movement for that. So for people to make women like Meg and others feel ashamed of sleeping is crazy. Nikki done it too. If you don't think Nikki gave up the draws, you're highly mistaken. She just wasn't sloppy.
Her stage name is Minaj.
Right. So she gave up the draws. Cardi gave up the draws. So Sexy gave up the draws because there is gatekeepers that you can get fast tracked if you give up the draws. So let's be clear of that. And Nikki have done it. It's plenty women in the industry that gave up. They're ashamed about it because we held them to a standard, but they gave up the draws for an opportunity. You think these people just got into the industry and got on the charts because they're just talented alone? No, baby. Baby, them jawbones and them tongues got to work. And that's something where a lot of these creators have to understand it's not just about your talent. You're going to realize that once you get to Hollywood. Baby, it's about people that's getting defecated on and getting their walls stretched in those rooms to get in those opportunities. It's not just about how many lines you can read, how talented no, it ain't just about that at all. Not with these sick gatekeepers. Baby, it's about how can you satisfy daddy? You satisfy me, I will put this high budget movie. That's still the game in Hollywood. That will never.
Because we're not gonna forget she was you know, if we really want to get if we would really want to get technical and really just want to just, you know, be anal about everything, you know, she was saying some inappropriate stuff to Justin Bieber when he was a minor, especially in the song they collaborated in. She twerked on him, and I'm like, that's a child, and you were a grown woman. There's a really big age gap, or the sexual explicit lyrics that she did in Lil Twist songs, which he was still a minor as well. So it's like, do we really want to open up that Pandora box on inappropriate things that may have went on with a minor? Like, do we really want to open that Pandora's box, you know? But anyway, I hope that okay, you got it. So I don't know, but that's all I wanted to say.
But you know,
I'm gonna give
I agree. And when I got on the phone with the people and everybody was talking about this, it's like Nikki main piece is upset with Megan's Law. That one bar wasn't even direct to Nikki by name, but Meg is so wise to know that Nikki gonna catch this and she gonna crash out, and she did exactly that. And what egged it on, Meg went on the radio and said,
yes, I
"Get
like
dog a
that.
holler." She didn't go on Insta. Whoever's in Meg ear, baby, go ahead. Y'all doing it right. Y'all playing chess. They went on the radio, and what Nikki was doing, she tweeting. She's on station here. She's arguing with people on TikTok. She dragging people on TikTok. She just went on all these different rants. Meg stayed the course. This is about the longevity. And Meg, it's a long out plan for Meg's album under her own label, right? She played it right. She did. I'm so glad. See, when you sober and talented, and some of these people be sober and the talent just gone away. Some people need to be drunk. But Meg is still talented because she is. You got to be sober when you're trying to be direct. You cannot be heavily under the influence because you get off your A game. And she's on her A game. She's listening to the experts. See, the problem with a lot of the people in these teams, like they don't listen to their team, and some of them don't have a great team, like Kim, case in point. I just think for Meg, you have Rock Nation and allow them powerful people to help with the marketing. They are marketing genius. Look at Beyonce. If that woman ain't a marketing genius, I don't know who is. She works in silence. She don't go after her ops loudly. When Saucy Santana talked about Blue Ivy, guess what happened with that Saucy Santana contract with Art?
Yeah, he ain't been right since that whole like debacle. He should have just apologized about it and kept it moving.
Right. The next power move, okay, we're gonna hire your producer that got you them hits. We're gonna hire him to work under the Rock Nation umbrella so he can make some hits for Meg Thee Stallion. So I just feel like they did it sequely. Silence is powerful, and guess who Saucy argued with? Another upcoming low budget wig wearing, hard man breath, heavy sweat, man deodorant artist, because you have no one else to argue about, and that didn't even trend no more than one day, because you're not popular anymore, and your friends, your allies, they're drowning in the industry too, so they can't even help you, baby. Carisha can't help you because, baby, I'm drowning. My whole man is got multiple lawsuits, and I'm drowning just as a casualty of war. I'm guilty by association. I'm drowning with them too because I got in the bed with a whole pedo. So I mean, you got in there with an R word. So and it destroyed it harmed her career. Now, anyway, I just
now now Nikki, and that's why I was saying like that Megan Law bar really struck a nerve, because when you listen to the diss record, that's the first thing she say, and I'm like, well, girl, you decided to marry him knowing that you are a mega superstar. You lied to the people saying that his victim was a white woman, and that was definitely not the case. It's just you decided to lay down with that, and you messed up your brand. So of course, when you thinking that you on your Roman, thinking that you reading the girls, or thinking that you can pop your crap, when you think that you could do that, that's going to be a number one dig. Because it's like, girl, how you talking about me, and you can't even you can't do nothing like normal couples can do, normal parents can do. Like, and then it's the black women online defending the fact that he's a SO. Like, I hope y'all don't have no little girls, because y'all gonna blame the little girl instead of getting on that man. Like, it don't. Who want to marry a SO? Like, that's crazy to me. But I'm glad that Megan decided
not to respond back because I feel like that's where Lotto messed up at. Lotto messed up at was responding back and forth on Twitter. She should have just allowed Nicki Minaj to say what she had to say and then drop that, put it on the flow record. I feel like it probably could have carried the momentum, could have carried her a little bit further. So hopefully Meg do not get on Twitter or get on any type of social platform talking. I just hope that she keep it in the music like how she's doing.
I agree. Keep it in the music, baby. You keep it in the music and won't nobody be able to stop you because that makes them forced to go and stream it. Why would I go stream something when you're going to post about it for free on the internet?
Yeah, that's what blew me. I was like, you on these free platforms, Twitter, Station Head, you just running your own Instagram, just running your mouth for free. What? Aren't you an independent artist too? So don't every dollar count? That's why you was mad at Lil Ju because whatever his name is told you if you want to beat, you're gonna have to come out seven figures. So how you talking about buying Meg catalog when you can't even afford a 7-figure beat? And then she put out Bigfoot with the beat and then Bigfoot acapella. Meg only put out one version of the song. So it's like here's Nicki Minaj go with cheating so she can outsell everybody, those mass buyers, those mass releases. Like, girl, how many releases we need? But anyway,
it was all just to see what sticks. She did everything possible just to get a win. It wasn't a true, authentic win. It was forced. It was inflated. It was ballot stuffing. It wasn't sincere. It wasn't really a win because the multiple releases, the multiple versions. I mean, she did everything, and she even got caught trying to give away some stuff or trying to, do a competition to make people buy it. And Billboard said, "Oh no, you can't do that." So she got caught doing a lot of dirty stuff just to get this fake win. Like, you got a platinum, but because when you went on the charts, it didn't do well on the charts. It didn't get a number one on the chart. Like, she got the number one album. But when it came to the hot,
but that was only because she was selling press kits.
Yeah.
Like, you have gold, platinum, or whatever. She was selling like kits with her album before the album was even released. Like, people who have bought these like bronze, gold, platinum medals, those are for like vinyls, the CD, and for press on nails. So of course, people are gonna want to buy a press kit that's coming with a vinyl, a CD, and some press on nails. Like, that makes sense why everybody was buying it.
You could say that again.
Yes, but
that's the whole piece for that. And we love, don't get me wrong, I think the idea of what Nikki was trying to do, I understand it. I just didn't agree with it.
Right. Yeah, and I agree with you too. I agree. I just want people to like critical think. Like, would you leave your child or your animal around a person who marries a SO, or would you leave your child or pet around someone that's just a little bit of a free spirited person? She do what she want to do, and I'd rather leave my child or my animal around a 304 versus a person that marries an SO, because that lets me know right then and there that whatever your man do, you're gonna stand behind it, whether he right or wrong. And I wouldn't trust nobody like that. But that's all I have to say. I gotta get back to work. But thank you, Wiley, for taking my call, and keep up the great work, Wiley.
Thank you for your massive support. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you. And thank you for the donation. Thank you so very much. All right.
Have a good one.
You too. Anybody else got something to say? Anybody else got something to say? This is the time to call in, child. This is the time to call in. Anybody got something to say? All right. They said, I'm not leaving my child. Somebody said, I'm not leaving my child around both. Hello. You have tried that. Okay. Hey, you live on the Wiley Show.
Holly, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Hey, producers, I came to weigh in on the Nicki Minaj song "Bigfoot."
Yes.
I'm a Nicki Minaj fan, of course. I'm not a stan. I'm just a fan. But I think this was a total miss. I think the rant was better than the recording. She could have left it at the rant. I was expecting her to come a little bit harder than this. I do think the Megan Thee Stallion line about the Megan's Law really struck a nerve with her, and she should have waited a while to gather her thoughts and then come back with something. I think she should have waited. I think she was shook. I think it was just more so of her husband, and she probably felt, ooh, let me defend my husband, because I was watching Couture Bay, shout out to her, earlier, and I was saying, I think if Meg had said something about her, she wouldn't have responded this way. I think she just felt the need to defend that man, her husband. But you know what you married. Like, at the end of the day, that's going to be a sore spot for you. That's where people are going to dig in at. This is what he was convicted for. So people are going to say something about it. But the point was that Megan put it on wax. See, other people were just saying things. They was like, oh, your husband can't go to the playground, ha, 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 whatever. But this is solidified in wax. This is going to go down as a diss record, and this is about your husband. So she definitely wasn't expecting probably her to do that, because this opened the door for a lot of the other rap girls to say whatever about whatever, because a lot of them were holding back. Nobody really said nothing like this about her on a song.
I agree. And I feel like this is so good because it's great for the upcoming women. I mean, this is no different where you're trying to have the top spot and come from the crown in wrestling. You come for the top guy or the top.
Oh my God! Speaking of wrestling, that Vince McMahon? Did you read the text messages?
I did. It was very nasty. It was
Ooh,
very nasty.
So
right. So you go for that top spot, and Nikki is perceived to be the reigning queen of hip hop. So if you want some massive publicity to really be known as I can go for the crown and take it, that's the way you go. And Nikki is dealing with that. I mean, Nikki is no different. She should congratulate these girls because she did the same thing to Lil' Kim. Sit on down, shut up. I'm the best. I'm better than you, whatever. So she did that. So you can't get mad that people is coming for that crown, and it's gaining momentum. Like, I never would have thought like Meg would have, because I thought she was out. Like, she was sad, she was crying, it was just a bad moment for her.
And on top of that, she's going after like Meg being a hoe, but we are in a hoe era for some reason. Like hoes.
Oh yeah,
it's like cool to be a hoe now.
It's really
so like
cool.
She can't even go at that, because even older women are saying, well, let her do what she want to do. She's sleeping around, so what? She's free. You know what I'm saying? So we're in that era where people are and dare I say, respecting that. So if you sleep around, it's like people are giving you props for sleeping around. So the more that Nikki tries to dwell on her being a hoe, the more that they're looking at Nikki, well, leave her alone. Let her be. You're slut shaming. You understand? So that's where she should have came harder. And if she wants to come, and I was saying that, if Nikki's listening, Nikki, I think she should have went for like an old school. I said she should have took KRS-One song. The diss he did for Roxanne Shante back in the day, because a lot of the new heads don't really know about that song, so it would be new to them, but and it would be nostalgic to us older people. She should have took that, and she should have flipped it and ran with it, and went with like Meg is over, and Meg is over, and she should have built on that. I think she should have went that route and did something old school but come hard. But this was like a total flop. Like this Bigfoot, I was expecting more. The rant was better than the song.
I agree. The rant was better than the song. I agree. And I thank you for so very much, because that's because she put it out there. And when you put it out there on Twitter, where we get a preview of it, and if you ain't got nothing else to add on to it, it's the same thing. It hits differently. You should have put all of that on the song and just drop the record. She didn't.
Yeah, and like she said, she was waiting for her. Like she would. If you were waiting for her, you should have been ready.
That was a lie. She wasn't waiting.
If you were waiting for her, you should have been locked and loaded and ready to go.
She wasn't ready for her at all. Because if she was, the rollout would have been better. She was not.
Because now all Meg has to do is just stay silent.
Right. She wasn't prepared at all.
That's all she has to do is say nothing now and let Nikki like unravel. Like that's all she has to do. And Nikki's gonna look like the unhinged one again, even if she's not unhinged, because I do believe she has the right to flip out. I don't care how rich you are. You can have a lot of money. I'm still wilding out. I'll still fight somebody in the street.
Absolutely, because it is what it is. And people say, "Oh, we're not in a whole era." Yes, we are. I mean, Sexy Red.
We're in a whole era.
Not only being a whole, it's being a whole, and you can have multiple gonorrheas. And okay.
Yeah, it's true. It's like an era where people are saying like, "Oh, don't slut shame." Back in the day, you couldn't do that. Like back in the day, if you were sleeping around with all these, you have been called a tramp, in these vulgar names. Now it's like, okay, no, she's free. She's liberated. She's expressing herself sexually. Leave her alone. So we're in that where women are being more in control of their bodies. They're being more free. They're able to do what they want to do without being shamed, basically. So now Nikki can't go after the whole situation. So what else are you going to say about her?
That's facts. I believe that. Especially if you talk about the industry. Oh, yes. Yes. It's kind of hard to not even be a whore in the industry to talk about it because you would seem like an outcast.
Yeah, you got proclaimed people that say, "Oh, I'm a whore," and people are just really liking that. Like the industry is burning right now. Like,
and people keep saying, "Well, sleep with your best friend." It's plenty of women. It's a sector of women.
No, but that's I wouldn't trust Nikki husband or Meg around my kids, dog or man, because somebody who would sleep with their best friends, you ain't shit.
Exactly, but that goes on. Like people always say, don't have people around your man, like your homegirl, in your house.
When I leave, you leave. Get out. No, don't. Nope. I don't leave nobody around my husband. When I leave, you leave. Let's go. Because I don't trust you. People are human. You don't know what anyone's capable of. But if that is to deal with someone's character. Like your character is flawed. I don't trust you.
I agree with that.
That's a character flaw.
Thank you so very much for calling in.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. All right, so we got a couple of phone calls in here, and we're going to go to them, y'all. People has been calling in all over. Give me a second. All right, hello, you live on the Wally Show.
Hey, Wally, the streets is on fire. First of all, I'm not a Bob, and I don't care for Megan. But Nicki Minaj know what she's doing. Y'all need to relax. She know what she's doing. She said she got 5 more hitters for her. Trust me. She's from New York. Queens. Trust me. Trust what I say. She got more for her. You're not going to put everything out. Megan is P-U-S-S-Y because she had all that mouth. And she should have had a comeback. 1, 2, 3. We're not waiting for you to have a ghostwriter to write something back. Spit that now. We want it now. We're not waiting for you to have a ghostwriter for a comeback. Is you crazy, whore? She popped all that. And the gag is, you already knew what Nicki Minaj said, so you should have been prepared. You should have been prepared. She's whack for that. She lost points. I don't care if you twerk. I don't care if you don't wear no clothes. You're trash to me. You should have had a comeback and stop throwing stuff and hiding your hands behind your back, whore. A lot of stuff is going to come up on that girl. A lot of stuff, and I can't wait. You guys are throwing your hands, and trust me, a lot of stuff is going to come out. But I'm gonna go back in the bushes, man. And her album was her thing was trash. Nicki Minaj is better. No tea, no shade. Cause I went to buy it, and I ain't buy no Megan's. And I'm gonna jump back in the bushes, and I don't buy shit. Excuse my language. I'm gonna jump back in the bushes. I'm gonna jump back in the bushes.
I heard that.
All right.
The icon from New York. I ain't bad none of them. I got streaming. I didn't. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. How you doing?
Doing well.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm a Barb, and I'm an OG Barb, and I'm just going to tell you like it is. This diss track is just a preliminary. And if your fans don't know what a preliminary is, it means there's something else to come after this. I agree with your last caller. She just put this out here for fun and giggles. She even said it in her song. She said, I'm going light on you. The next one, I'm not going to be too easy. So if everybody really thinks that this is actually the diss track, you're delusional. You're a delusional non-Barb if you really think that this was the official diss track. For one, the beat. This is just a fun beat. Nikki has producers. She has engineers. She has a whole group of people that's on her staff that can give her a really good beat. You actually think she's going to put out this as her official diss track? Now, I want to ask you that, Wiley. You really think this is our diss track?
I don't necessarily believe that this could be, but the public perception, oh, this is a diss record, right? And it didn't hit what people assuming. But I believe if it's a long-term game, okay, for it. But Meg definitely had the win here because Megan's Law was trending. I mean, the best she could talk about being a big
Megan's Law was only trending for a minute.
Like Megan's Law was trending.
Bigfoot has been trending since Friday.
And that's to be expected. But I just think Nikki more so what make Nikki look like she lost this is because of the rant on social media. It's the rant on social media. It's arguing with people with TikTok commentators. Like she felt some type. I don't care what nobody said. She's not arguing
with anybody
about the Megan's Law. She felt some type of way about that. And the thing about it, the gag about it, Meg didn't even say no names. Joe Budden came out and said, "Oh, she talking about me because I was dancing to R. Kelly." Like people just had to listen to the record and like, "Oh, she talking about me." Yeah.
Okay, hold on, Wiley. I called into your show. You should let your caller speak. Okay. Meg said about Megan's Law, and like I said, it only trended under Megan. Megan had that trending for just one day. Nikki was the one who carried Megan's Law through the whole weekend with her Bigfoot. Nikki has more influential impact than Megan herself. Nikki was the one who charted Megan's record to the top. Nobody was really even paying the record anything, like until Nikki inserted herself in.
Nikki fans made it go number one because they are part of the Megan camp themselves.
Okay.
Again, and let's be clear with it. It ain't nobody fans or nothing. These are human beings. And let's be clear. You're going to consume music, period. Let's stop with this. I'm just belonging to Nikki because that's a damn lie. Them women are sharing the same ears like everybody else. That ain't no Nikki fan. Those are human beings, and they gonna stream Megan's song and lie to Nikki, talking about they team Nikki. They ain't never flip-floppers and all that type of stuff. That's where it goes with it. Ain't nobody got no just a strange group of people. You just listen to Nikki. That's a damn lie. Nikki people that used to be, they listen to Megan. Megan people listen to Nikki. Cardi people listen to Cardi. Nikki all over. They all over. They all flip-floppers. Because most of them is listening to Meg stuff and agreeing what Nikki did was wrong, marrying a whole pedo and on the SO list, on the register list, can't be around children. The son is muted, can't talk, a little slow and touch. This is the facts. Nikki is the gang. She married an R-word. Regardless of what it is, this would not be a gang if Nikki did not open up her legs to a man that took the innocence of Jennifer Yu. This is all on Nikki. This is on
Riley.
She
Riley,
opened her
really?
legs up
Okay.
to a
Riley,
convict,
why can't you let me say
deleter,
anything?
a fake weak gangster, and an evil man that took the innocence of a woman. And if he was in another country, he would have been stoned. He would have been deleted, because in other countries you cannot take and take the innocence of a woman, especially a child. And for me, for Nikki, because we're talking about making whole culture matter, Nicki Minaj is trying to make our words matter. She's trying to make it be content, and she's still victim shaming and say the women did not get our word. Excuse me? Your man was convicted in the court of law, heifer. You is a read within yourself, and you better pray to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost that your child do not get violated by the same sicko that you married. And that's why you don't want your son in the home with your man by himself, because you don't even trust your man around your son. Neither your baby sisters, children, period.
Wiley.
That is the gag of Nicki
Wiley,
Minaj.
are you gonna
That
let
is the
speak?
particular gag of Nicki Minaj. And Nicki got to take that L, baby. She opened her legs up to a pedo. Don't you see it? And most of the women that don't see it, y'all don't care, because y'all boyfriends screwing your daughters and their children, and you're okay with that because you need a man. So you, of course, you ain't gonna see it, because while your man in your box and put you to sleep, he creeping down there, touching your little boys, touching your sons, your daughter, and you don't care. And when they come to you, who, me? Yes, you. Mommy, touching. What you gonna say? You just jealous of my man. You trying to destroy my relationship. We have seen plenty of you dirty feet women that do that. So of course you're gonna take up for Nicki Minaj, because you're doing it in your own house.
Okay, Wiley, are you done with your rant?
Of course
because
you're gonna do it.
All of that was unnecessary.
You allow your boyfriend to go screw
all of that
your
was
daughters and your baby sisters.
unnecessary. What you're talking about is unnecessary. Like, give it up, Wiley.
I love my man. I think my man is amazing.
Give it up.
I love him. I'm so desperate.
Give it up.
The only women that agree with that is believing in that. And those dirty feet women, that's what they believe in. They believe in that idea. They believe in the idea. But it is what it is. Nicki Minaj, when she come there, her own son can't even be on school ground. That's a read, man. Regardless, get it through your thick skull. Her husband can't even go on the school ground. Her husband can't go to a PTA meeting. Her husband can't go to the daycare. Her husband can't go to a baby shower. Her husband is a pedo, man. And I'm not going to allow your filthy, dirty ways to come in and try to make her husband matter. You're on mute. I don't care. Goodbye. Have a nice day, lady. Have a nice day. You have been closed down. Thank you for all your wicked ways. Bye-bye. You have been kicked out of Wiley City. Go talk that mess over there at Gag City. You're out of here. And don't you ever think that you're going to try to correct me on this show. I control this. Heifer, go to somebody else's show and talk to your boyfriend and you try to tell him what to do. Don't you ever think that you're going to come here. You're just as muted like Nicki Minaj's son. Heifer, don't you ever think you're going to come here and think you're going to overtalk me on this show. You will be silent. I will talk. So, thank you so very much. We thank you. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. I need you to mute me in the back, though. You got your television playing.
Yeah, that's how I just did.
Thank you.
So those two other callers, I hate it when grown folks be such stands of when you become a certain age, you need to, I guess, eliminate yourself from stand battles and stuff like that. But they keep saying that Nicki Minaj this was a preliminary. Do you think Megan gonna show her hand first off?
No. Do
they not think that Megan ain't got something up her sleeve?
Oh,
everybody thinks that nobody can really handle Nicki Minaj, but it seems like Nicki Minaj can handle herself. You know, we know she's a good rapper, the best rapper, the queen of rapper, whatever she calls herself.
But gosh, that preliminary should have been a little bit better. How can she slut shame somebody when the list of people that she done slept with herself is long? So
I
she
agree.
should have included herself in that long list of people who have slept with somebody. And to be up there making a song, and I don't care if this is rep, but to be talking about that girl's mother while she's dead, and these people agreeing with that is not right. So I know they always keep saying that this is hip hop and this is a battle, and they're rapping. Don't play with that girl mother like that. I mean, come up with something else. It's something else she could have said, but that was just like hatred. Nicki Minaj has a lot of hatred in her heart, and the only people that love her is these delusional barbs that she had. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, ma'am. All right, thank you so very much. You all have a wonderful day. This have been an iconic moment. 1 hour and 36 minutes. No flash screen, no gray walls, just pure entertainment. Somebody said, I agree, Wiley. Some of these women are delusional. You dragged her for Phil. Miss Unbreakable left a $10 super chat. And then also we had somebody to send a cash out, a nasty cash out. Thank you so very much for that. God bless you. And thank you for the support. And it's have been off the chain. We will be going live again today because there's going to be some more stuff. This is why I gave y'all a morning show. So what we're going to do, and I want to thank you, my producers, for this because they kept saying do a morning show. So on my off day, we'll do a morning show. In school, you know, I like school, but I don't see myself doing criminal justice. I'm finishing up this last thing and I'm done with school. I'm done with school because I have a great career in healthcare. I have a great career in healthcare, and I'm about to work at a hospital and make make more money than I will make in criminal justice. I'm just not in a criminal justice type of mindset. I'm sorry. I just don't want to do it. I've been in healthcare so long. So when I had this interview at this hospital, I said, this is where I'm going to be at. And they offered me a lot of money. So I don't know if I'm going to take it because it's 12 hours, but it's a great career. I mean, you working in healthcare and all that type of stuff. And I'm just doing that because I'm not even taking my healthcare career to the next level because this is what I want to do. I want to entertain people, produce. I want to act. I want to write. I want to, I'm not going for nursing school. That's an L. I'm not doing that. Too much reading, too much writing, too much. I ain't doing that. I am happy being a CNA. I love being a CNA. It's an incredible career. I think that, you know, you helping people. I love that part of healthcare. I'm not trying to be no nurse. You can make plenty of money as a CNA. If you just, and plus having a thriving show, baby, you can win. I'm not trying to sacrifice going to no nursing school and then try to do YouTube. There's no way in the world I can do YouTube and still go to nursing school. Nursing school, it's a very tedious, it's a very aggressive program, and you need all and all and all and all and all. Okay. Okay. So that's just where it is. You don't necessarily need a degree for wealth anymore. And I just did it just to appease people. And I'm like, but why I'm doing it? I don't see myself doing it. I'm just going to have a degree and not use it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to finish up this particular course and finish it. And I may continue. I just don't see myself doing it. I just don't see myself in criminal justice. I just don't see myself in criminal justice. I don't see myself being a nurse. I don't want to be a nurse. Everybody don't want to be a nurse. I love being a CNA. I love doing that. I don't want to be a nurse. I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. Okay. Okay. I don't want to do it. Okay. So I just don't want to do it. I'm happy for a thriving career that I'm in, you know, and I'm entertaining you all. Anyway, but we will be back with another video. Okay. We will be back with another video. All right. No gray walls, no flash screen. This was an awesome, entertaining show, you guys. My phone lines have been heating up, but we're going to bring it to a close because we can't make this no 6-hour show. Now, we're going to keep this conversation going, and we want you all to leave a comment in the chat. I want y'all to keep the conversation going. Y'all have been dragging me. I mean, y'all dragging me on Twitter right now. Y'all dragging me in my DM right now. Y'all dragging me all over. So make sure y'all bring that energy in the comments and then drag me over there. All right? Okay? And we thank y'all so very much. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. If you want to contribute to the platform, you guys, we want to thank you all for your amazing support. $ Marquise Wiley 28, Zelle WileyShow@gmail.com. You guys, thank you for the workout regiments. Y'all have been just here for me, and y'all have been such a blessing to me on this particular platform. It's going to be so nice, you guys. We're at the Dallas studio. We'll be back in the Dallas studio soon. We just came here to stack up our bread for our Vegas trip, and then we'll be back probably a solid month in the Dallas studio. We're going to be back in the Dallas studio. And then we got a plan, man. Our goal this year, and I want you all to, if some of y'all have joined us, a lot of us first-time home buyers is coming through. So we will be having a lot of real estate people on. 2 people on. I got a realtor coming on. Got another realtor coming on. We're going to be really educating you all about first-time home buyers. And I'm going to be documenting my process from beginning all the way to closing. I'm going to document that as a teaching model for those to encourage people that you yet can do this. I'm working on my credit. All that is being documented as well. How did I do it? How was I able to get it done? How was I able to get this score? What was I able to qualify for, etc.? Everything will be documented, so you all will be able to see how this can happen for people, that for Black people, right? This is what a show we want to be owners this year in 2024. I want people to have keys to their own property, so you can go from being a renter to being an owner, because it's going to help us in the long run. Financially, especially, it's a lot we could do with that, and so we will bring the experts to talk about the reason why it's important to own, especially in this economy. So I just want you all to understand that and know that we are on a homeowner spirit for this particular year. So we have been working extremely hard and saving. Right, we're not spending everything that we were doing. I mean, we used to just spend like crazy, especially on Uber Eats, you know. So that's pretty much what we'll be doing. And when we close, you know what I'm saying, we're going to put it out there. I'm not going to let y'all know when I'm going to close, when I'm going to do that. Y'all just see the final results. But just know that that's the goal for the platform, is to go from that and then use a piece of the property from my business for, instead of me renting out studio spaces, and I just I would literally build my own studio in my property, and then take that from that piece and you know what I'm saying, start from the home. I've seen many people, actually my pastor, he opened his church, him and his wife, they start their church in their basement. And now, you know what I'm saying, now they're trying to close on a property of their church. So sometimes don't feel shame that you have to start your business from your house that you're paying a mortgage on. Don't be shame about that at all. Because don't try to compete and get big office space, all that. You can start it from your house, baby, start it from your house. And the beauty for my show is, if you don't want people in your house for those particular interviews, you can do virtual, or you could book a space for those. And the people don't need to know where you at. You ain't got to bring them to your house, because I'm not doing that. You could do it virtually. And then if you got an interview, okay, we're going to go to this office. I have a great relationship with a realtor, now with an office space with a company, and I rent our office space. When we interview the we interview the author of the book, Steve Harvey, wife, ex-husband, I've rented out an office space because I wanted that, and a great relationship. They have my business information. Hello, Mr. Wiley, we was watching your business. Had my business company name on the wall. And I just rented out that office space for like 1 or 2 hours. So now that I know that, I was like, okay, so I could do my show in my house. And then if I need to do like a sit-down interview, I rent this office space out. I go right there, rent it out. And the beauty of that was rented out. I was able to get coffee. I was able to get It was a nice amenities. They had like a gym. It was really, really nice. And I was able to use that for those few hours. And I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Get your own place and have your show there. And then you could do that. And you always have a strategic plan. And the plan have worked for us because we wanted to be at a certain level, and we reached that level. Like our first goal was we wanted to reach 30,000, and now we're almost at 32,000. And I believe now we're at 33,000. So we have reached that level, and now we got another goal of reaching 2 more thousand subscribers in the next 3 months, and we're on the right track. So that's been amazing, and we wanted to be have 1,000 followers on TikTok within the next 3 months. We reached about a week ago. We reached 1,000 followers on TikTok. So we are reaching goals. So what I've noticed that if you put a plan in action and follow a goal and really have an idea, you have a clear understanding, you have a plan. You follow the plan. You have a plan. You have a goal for your business, and we have that goal, and we had it. And baby, we hit it. And I said, this is amazing. I'm so honored that you all have been in the business with me and seeing it get to this particular level. So it's definitely great. And so now we added in the plan, like on my off day, in which my next off day will be, let me see my calendar. Give me a second. My next off day will be, okay. My next off day will be Saturday and Sunday. So we'll make sure we try to do some morning shows on that particular weekend, because I've noticed that y'all call in more for the morning shows, you're active more for the morning show. So we'll do that. I can't commit to a full-time morning show schedule because I like working a morning show schedule because it helps me to work out and go to sleep. And what I've noticed that for my sleeping pattern, I don't need to be working overnight or 2 to 10. I need to be working in the morning, get up, work out. Then when that sun go down, I need to be asleep. That's the schedule that works best for my body. My sleeping pattern has been good. And then on my off day, I sleep in a little extra. I don't have to wake up as early. Getting 8 hours of rest, fully rested. I appreciate that. It has been the best ever. Like working out, it's been the best ever. It has been the best. You know, I had an amazing workout with my trainer yesterday, the best workout ever. And now I'm really sticking to my diet, going really hard with my diet, and it's a simple diet, man. Protein, no grease. I used to be a sugar head. And now I'm literally doing zero. Okay. I literally brought in the zero sugar stuff because I like Gatorade. So they said, drink the zero sugar. I'm like, okay. So I do that. And at first I despised that. But once you keep drinking it, you get used to it. Even like when I was doing that Celsius thing, I despised it. I said, give me a Red Bull. And now I drink that every other day, or especially the days that I work out with my personal trainer. I love it. And I don't have that big crash with the Red Bull. And I stopped drinking that Red Bull a long time ago because I started listening to people that's working out. It was like, oh, this is a more healthier choice, right? And speaking of this really quickly, I was reading a post and I want to give her a shout out. I saw this on my Instagram really quickly. I want to talk about this really quickly because I may forget. But why it's fresh on my mind, I was watching somebody on my timeline, and this is what this sister said, and I want to make sure I bring this up, and I want you all to see it, and I'm going to do a screen share here. But Erica Campbell, I don't know if y'all know her. Erica Campbell, she posted this on her Facebook. She said, how you look in your clothes in pretty pictures and don't always indicate good health. I've been battling high blood pressure for a while now, having crazy headaches, even though I've been losing weight and trying my best to eat right and work out. But life and schedule don't always cooperate. Your body can only respond to, I thought I'm losing weight would change this. It did not. But I'm encouraged, but the numbers have decreased. I have way too much to do to be sick. My doctor hates it when I say that, but it's true. I'm a work in progress. But I've always known that ignoring blood pressure can lead to a stroke. I want to live. I have to live. I must live, and I will. Yes, I'm praying and declaring that I'm healed, and the battle is the battle and cannot be ignored. So be encouraged. Take your meds. Pray. Take care of your heart, mind. Go to therapy. Eliminate foolishness and mind your own business. Y'all stay healthy. I love you, and I mean it. So as you see, 166 to 114, 129 over 107, 137, 84, 101, 83, and that was 131 over 80. So I was listening to that, and I was like, wow, because I remember, and I want to shout out to my doctor, because I was having these headaches. I was having these terrible headaches, and I thought, oh, I'm at home. It got to be something in the air. Got to be, the environment maybe is stressed with hearing these kids. And so I went to the doctor, and I love, this is why Black healthcare professionals matter in the business, because I went to this doctor's office, and these non-Black people didn't catch it. Didn't catch the high blood pressure, nothing. But so I went to this sister, this nurse practitioner. I went to this nurse practitioner. And I said, man, I'm having these headaches. I don't know what's going on. So she said, I'm looking at your blood pressure, and your blood pressure have been through the roof. All the readings, I don't know why nobody noticed it, but all through your readings since you've been here, it's been through the roof. And your body ain't used to it. And you got this high blood pressure. It's probably from, family, blah, 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 blah. So she put me on some medicine. And she was like, well, I'm going to put you on, losartan. I hope I'm saying it right, you guys, losartan. And I'm going to put you on 25 milligrams. So then my blood pressure was still high. So she said, we're going to increase it to 50 milligrams. Now, when I got it from 50 milligrams, I don't have the headaches. My blood pressure is good now. It's not through the roof. That it was so through the roof. And then she told me, she said, take your blood pressure every day, because if your blood pressure is normal, don't take it if it's for, you could just make it for it could go low. So just take it when it's high. Like when it's high, then take it. But if it's normal, don't take it. So I check my blood pressure every single day. When I'm traveling, I have my blood pressure machine. I take it with me everywhere I go. I check it every single day, and I take it. And some days I don't take the blood pressure, because dieting is key. A lot of us don't know it's not just about losing the weight. It's about what we are consuming. And this is the thing that I've learned just about me doing my research and my own body. That sugar, baby, you got to cut that sugar out. That sugar affects your blood pressure. Sugar is not good. And so, because I was a sugar, sodium, sugar, you got to cut all that stuff out. And once you start cutting it out, and more water intake and more working out and have a well-balanced diet, you will see your blood pressure, in my humble opinion, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just talking about my own personal experience. I started seeing my own blood pressure go down, because it was highlight these numbers. Now, Erica, my numbers was that way. It was terrible headaches. And then I would go to the CVS and I would buy headache medication, because I thought it was just a regular headache. And I was like, why am I getting these headaches every day? And it was because of the blood pressure. And this is why it's important, people, to be your advocate for yourself, and to be your advocate and to ask questions. So now when I go to the doctor, baby, if I see something going on, I said, hey, this is going on with my foot. This is going on with my leg. This is going on. I maybe need to do rehab. I may need to do therapy. Oh, then they do the therapy because they're not going to offer this. You got to be your own advocate. So I remember I went to the doctor and I knew I needed some physical therapy because I don't want to do surgery. I said, my other best option is physical therapy. So he finally wrote the order for physical therapy. I was learning different tricks, and now I'm having less pain in my leg because I was learning different exercise. I can do the stretch and all that type of stuff. And I was able to get a leg brace for my leg. And now I only got to get the shoe for the leg brace so I can have it on that to help. So it's really important to be your advocate, to be your own advocate. You have to be your advocate for that. And I had to hear it because I have a lot of misinformation. Like my grandmother, she did have a stroke. And the reason why it was because of her bad dietary, because she had blood pressure and she never stopped eating salt. And then she wasn't even taking her medicine. She will be forgetful because she will be so busy worried about everybody else. Didn't take your medicine, forgot to take the medicine. And then her diet was like the worst diet that you can imagine. Pig feet, draining hot sauce, pickles, peppers, hot sauce, seasoning on top of seasoning. And then one particular day, the body was like, we got the stroke out. And she was driving and she had a stroke while driving. So it wasn't because when you look at it, it was her diet, terrible diet. And she told me I wouldn't take my medicine like I was supposed to. I wasn't feeling well, but instead of me going to a doctor, I went on to work. Went to work sick, got in your car, had a stroke while you were driving. So I don't want that for my life. And I said, how can I avoid that? I don't want to do what grandma did, because what grandma did was wrong for her body. And she's paying the price for that right now. So if I'm seeing these alerts, you gotta start making a change in your lifestyle. First of all, the weight was a problem. I knew that from Dallas. And see, I was getting Dallas doctors, and also I was getting Chicago doctors. But at the end of the day, I had to be my own advocate. I said, okay, well, my doctor from the psych was telling me the weight is just out of control. I need to lose the weight because of blood pressure stuff. And she called it dead. I just wasn't paying attention to the work. She called it all day. I saw the documentation. I wasn't even caring about my health. That's how much I wasn't caring about it. Like if you suffer the weight, you ain't caring about no health at all, baby. So then now when I came and my mind got clear and I was like, okay, I'm starting to say, here's a health serious. I said, now I'm starting to put in the work. So now I'm really for it. So now it's such an honor for it because I'm really doing my research to the point I got on the computer. I was like, okay, I don't have health insurance. So what can I do to get some type of care? And so I got to Dallas and I need to see a doctor. And I said, let me just Google. And I got on the phone with someone. And she said, well, sir, it's a nonprofit that you don't have to pay that much for service. And guess what? I went there before when I went to the emergency room and I forgot all about this place. And I went there. I was able to get care and it was great. And now I'm on this health trip. Now I'm not the best because some days I do slip up, but every day, all day like I used to be, them days are gone. Because I used to eat so bad. I used to eat before I go to bed a 2-liter soda or 7-Eleven ice cream and a big thick pizza and go to bed. And I used to go to West Cluckin in Plano. This was my diet. I would go to West Cluckin Plano, give me a 6-piece. Upgrade it to a 10-piece lemon pepper mild sauce, to a pizza puff for fry. All of that, even though it tastes good, but it was bad for my health. So when I went back to the restaurant and Angie, the owner there, she said, you lose weight. And I said, it's nothing towards you. This is great service. It was for my health. That this is not good for me to be eating this stuff all day, every day. It wasn't good for my health. And so I upgraded because I like chicken. So I start air frying. Then when in Dallas, somebody told me, why don't you use your stove and bake? Then I start baking. Now I'm start listening to people that's into vegetables and know how to make vegetables taste good. So getting on the phone with them and start putting vegetables and stuff in a pot and broccoli. Start boiling broccoli and eating that for breakfast and eating baked chicken. Eating just really trying it different versus me. Oh, let me go to McDonald's. Let me get a 10-piece chicken nugget, a large fry, and a large Sprite. That was pretty much my diet every single day, all day, every day. Eating that toxic food, and I was having these headaches, and my blood pressure was through the roof. And so I caught it, and I made that change. And it's an everyday type of thing. And then I work out, and when I get on there, I work out, and I'm starting to listen to my personal trainer. My personal trainer told me, he said, well, you should do the stairs. Oh, okay, I do my cardio. This is me. I do my cardio. I'm on the trail, man. Blah blah blah. And then he said, "No, I think you should do the stairs." So the first day I did the stairs, I couldn't do 2 minutes. Next day, I did 5 minutes. Next day, I did 10 minutes. Kept going, 20-some minutes. Then on yesterday, for the first time ever, I did the stairs to the machine just said cool off. When it gets to that cool off mode, that means you did it to the maximum. So, and I felt good. I felt energized. I felt refreshed. I felt the change. I really made that an addiction. The gym. Like I think about the gym all the time. And I think about it. And it was a time where I just went to the gym for foolishness. But I'm going to the gym to work on myself. And shout out to my gym buddies that I see in the gym every day. We become friends where we just talk in the gym. They give me pointers. The personal trainer, shout out to that brother. He gets on there. He said, Wiley, if you need help, if I'm not working out with somebody, if you want me to teach you how to do it, I do it because you're my client. Just shout out to him, man. Just really shout out to him because I really started to take the health thing serious. And I haven't even really, and I show it on my Instagram because I want people to do it. And some of the exercise I physically can't do. It's not I'm weak. It was because of the way how my body is made up and because of my leg and my structure, I can't do some of the exercise. So he do the best. He modifies the exercise to the best of my ability. And so I just do what I can do and don't worry about what I can't do. Because physically, you just can't do certain things because of how my condition is, how my body is made. And so, but I do thank God for that. Putting on shorts that used to be tight around me and put a mark on my gut. Now it's falling down. You need a belt. It was just that point. So I see the shift. I see the change. So to Erica, I just want to say to my sister, you can do it. And thank God, because financially, you at a position of your life that you have the best doctors, you have the best personal trainer, the best nutrition that money can buy. Because, baby, you got the money. You got the money. You ain't got to do what I do. Have to Google, ask people, pray, research, get the information. Baby, you have professional people. Only thing you have to do, get your assistant a call. Hello, yes, this is Erica Campbell, assistant. We would like to get into the gym. You get the best in the country. So you're going to get through this because financially, just speaking on that, because healthcare is about money. Hello. Healthcare is about money. So financially, baby, you got it. Baby, you're going to get the best nutrition, the best this, the best that, and their blood pressure is going to be just as normal as they come. Because this is where money comes in. People say, well, you need money. Yes, you do need money to get good health care. To maneuver in the healthcare system. You have your limitations when you don't have the money. Do you understand? It's about the money. It's not about, the proper care. Baby, that went out the window. It's about the coins. And you better know it. So understand it. So I have to go through it. And so when you have insurance, baby, you have to use that insurance. When you get that little piece of insurance, baby, you got to use it all up because it don't last always. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes your job, they change the insurance plan. So you got to read that insurance plan. And this is why I like getting somebody that's a lawyer that specializes in healthcare that know about insurance plans to get on the phone with people and really look at the language and see what do you qualify for in that insurance plan. So shout out to my doctor's office. Like they be knowing like, okay, this is what you qualify for. This is what you don't qualify for. But this is a loophole that you could do. You go here and get this. You go there and get that. So you have to understand that and understand how to be, because you're your biggest advocate, baby. If you don't speak up for you, nobody will, especially if you're black and poor. Baby, you better, the best thing you can do is know how to speak up for yourself, do your own research. You got to do a little legwork. So that's what I had to personally do. I take my blood pressure medicine. Some days I don't take it because the blood pressure is normal. And I check it every single day. And I work out every single day. And I try my best to keep a great diet. So you have to go to the store. It's expensive because when you're trying to buy vegetables, good clean vegetable, good clean fish, and good clean like chicken produce, that costs coin. But you have to do it because you have to know how to budget it in versus you going to McDonald's. You can afford it. If you're going to McDonald's and Burger King every day, you can afford to go grocery shopping. Stop playing with me. If you can afford to go to Grubhub and Uber Eats, you can afford, and DoorDash, baby, you can afford to go to a grocery store because it's way more expensive to go to them sites. Ask me how I know. All right. So, sis, you can do it. You can make it. And I just have to tell you that. And so when I saw that, I want to encourage my sisters because yes, I do battle with that. And so I'm battling not only the blood pressure, I'm also battling the bipolar disorder that I was diagnosed with that. And I have to really be a great advocate for it. So I don't deal well with stress because stress can have me having a breakdown. So I have to make sure I get in less stressful situations. When I see stress coming, walk away from it. Understand when stress do come, know how to maneuver in it, because some stress we do have. We can't avoid it. But some things that we add on unnecessary stress, and we have to work through that and know it like that. And sometimes, like even like for a job, you can't go and pick up every single shift and do doubles every single day. You just can't, because you cannot be burnt out. This is why I take my 15-minute breaks and my 30-minute breaks. This is why when it's my off day, baby, it's my off day. And if you got to keep working on all your off days, baby, you need to check your account to see where your money going. Because that's not healthy to be working all day, every day, especially working in a very stressful environment. That's not healthy. I just have to say that. So I think that we should all take our health serious. And that's what we've been doing, taking it serious, because the jobs, like someone said, they don't care nothing about. They want you to come every day. They want you to come every single day, all day. And I tell them no, or I don't answer, because I've already picked, like right now, I've already picked up Tuesday through Friday. So why would I try to pick up my only off day this week until the weekend? That's crazy. Like, I'm going to take this day off, do work on my show, wake up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and on the weekends. You know, they say, are you a good CNA? Absolutely. I do the best that I can. I do the best that I can because I get up every single day and do what I'm supposed to do. I mind my business, do what I'm supposed to do. And when you are a good CNA, you pretty much pulling the load for the slackers. And when you don't come, you know you're a good CNA. When you go on your same set and stuff ain't done, they let everything pile up, trash pile up, dirty laundry pile up. That's when you know you're a good CNA. When you have to go, all your good work they wait for you to come because they know you gonna do it. You know what I mean? So I could just go on about that. But I don't. I just do what I do. You got me for 8 hours. I prefer to I prefer to do my work. I prefer to have 8 hours for it. I prefer to have it. And it's a very challenging job because you see so much in healthcare. It's so much. It is so much. That's why it's so important to have a good team. And this is why when I moved over to mornings, I mean, they loved it because it's hard. Like you'll have a resident downstairs or a resident need to be transported. If that ain't your resident, you won't transport them. I don't think like that. If I have the time, if I'm standing right there going to the same place, why not transport the person down there? Like that's just how my brain works. Everybody's brain don't work that way. It's people that literally say, I only take care of that's a wrong way of thinking. And like that, not just trying to go on everybody's hall. I'm not talking about that. Like if you standing by somebody and you about to go to the dining room, then why not take the person that's been waiting to go to the dining room? Like that's, but you have certain people that in their mindset, in their mindset that only want to take care of theirs. That don't make any sense. That. But everybody don't have that mindset. Unfortunately, that basic thing, they don't have that mindset. They just don't. Like for me, when you're working in like assisted living or whatever, this is the difference between long-term care. Long-term care, you have a laundry department, laundry clean, everything. But when you work in assisted living, supportive living, or whatever they want to call it now, we're pretty much doing their laundry. Overnight, wash laundry, fold laundry, morning shift, in most cases, have to return the laundry. But if you go into a resident's room, in that resident soil they linen, and you know that's their only linen, you should wash it and return it. And you know what I mean? Because who want to pull the linen and then put it in the bin and they can smell that, and then they got to sleep on a mattress with no linen? Like, but that's the culture that need to shift in plenty places. And me, if I, in the case when I work, if I see that and I have this, I go and wash it. Because I don't want my grandmother or my uncle or anybody to be sleeping in the bed with no linen. So I just think that everybody don't have that mindset. They don't have that mindset. I worked in places where people don't want to check on everybody. It's no such thing, and I want to say this. There is no such thing in healthcare that say that they independent. You ain't got to check on them. Get that out your head. That's a whole lie. Don't you ever even try. Oh, they independent. Baby, if you so independent, you won't be at no nursing home. You won't be at no sister. You ain't that independent because you here. You here for a reason. So when you work in healthcare, especially when you work in supportive living nursing home, you check on everybody. Because that one day you don't check on that person, that's the day that they're in there in a deep internal sleep or on the floor, need some care. So check on everybody. I do it. Baby, I don't care if you got 15 signs say you independent. I'm still going. Oh, yes. This is your CNA. How are you? Good morning. I'm just saying good morning. And I got to make sure you say good morning back or hello. And so if you don't say nothing, then I got to go reach out to manager and say, hey, this person ain't respond. We need to chat. Physically, I need to hear. You understand what I'm saying? Because I've worked in places where I had this mindset and I went up as soon as I get up on this person on the floor. Because you have to check. You have to check it. If you got 20 people, you need to check on them 20 people. You got to check. Because the day you don't check is the day you going. I could just go on and on and on and on and on. So I just feel like it's a very it's a challenging job. It is, but it's more challenging when you don't want to do nothing. And then it's a challenge on the people that is doing something. And that's why a lot of good workers I have seen leave healthcare, great workers, but they were just tired of just pulling the load with lazy folks that don't want to do. Because there's a lot of lazy people in every industry, especially in healthcare. And your laziness can cause, you know what I'm saying? It's just really, really, really something. I have, so it's a very taxing thing. And this is why when you have your off day, baby, you got to rest. Because, baby, you tired. You is tired. So that's why I hit that gym. Take me a shower, hit the gym, get that stress off. It's a very stressful job. And you're working with people that don't want to be there. Who want to be in a healthcare facility? Nobody. Most people want to be at home, on a yacht, drinking a cocktail, on somebody's cruise, in a casino. Don't nobody want to be in a healthcare facility. People that work in a healthcare facility don't even want to work there. Because you imagine you have to live there 24/7. So, so you take it with grace. It's a very taxing job, and that's why you have to take your breaks. I was at a meeting and the boss said you have to take your breaks because that's how burnout happens. And baby, I can speak that from experience. Baby, if you don't take breaks, you will burn out because I experienced CNA burnout. I experienced it. And I experienced it. CNA burnout have its similarities of having a manic breakdown. Baby, it's on my head. If you really got CNA burnout, you're going to be doing the same thing. They think you got bipolar or having a manic breakdown because they got some similarities. I experienced CNA burnout. I experienced it. It's the worst feeling ever. Look at the symptoms of CNA burnout or caregiver burnout, right? Look at the symptoms of that. And some of these people that work in healthcare, they got the symptoms because, baby, they work every day. When you keep working doubles every day, ain't sleeping, and you going off and lashing out on people, you burnt out. Baby, you need to take a break. And that's why good companies will not allow their workers to just work themselves like that. Somebody should say, baby, you got to take some days off. Take a couple of days off. And I was so glad I worked at a facility. They said, we're going to give you some days off. And I needed those days. I was able to rest. I finally was able to go back to eat. I felt rejuvenated because I was doing I was doing doubles every day. And I just got lost. And I wasn't sleeping. My attitude, I was drained. And because the places they needed the help. And I didn't know, at that particular time, I was new. I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know how to say no. And one day I was at the nurse's station and I cried. I was hurt. Because I wasn't sleeping. I was drained. And this is when the lady pulled up, she said, you're burnt out. You need a break. And she told me the signs of it. And that made me cry even more. And I needed that week off. I needed that week. I didn't know. And now I know how to say no. I didn't know how to say it then. Because I was drinking the Red Bulls and my eyeballs was bright. I mean, was it red? It was. I've never seen them eyeballs so red before in my life. Because I was fighting sleep, and it's hard. You're doing 6 to 2, 2 to 10, 6 to 2, 2 to 10. By the time you get up at 10 o'clock, you ain't going to go to sleep like that. Your body can't shut down like that. So then I'll go to sleep maybe for an hour and then back up at 5 o'clock, taking a shower, going to work. That's dangerous. So that's why people have to, and I've seen people have burnout. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen over and over again, because I've seen people will do doubles and then go to work and work another 8 hours. That means you work at 24 hours a day. That's dangerous. I've seen it happen. And they didn't last long. One lady was in the hospital, had to get IVs. She was dehydrated. Baby, they said, you drain. If you don't start working like that, you ain't gonna last long. She said, my doctor told me I'm gonna wind up being a patient at the same place I'm working at if you don't stop. She was having multiple issues. Sick. When she have a sick, it will happen because your body, your immune system is weakened. You ain't rest. And she would work 6 to 2, 2 to 10. And I said, well, you about to go? You about to go home and rest? No, I'm about to go to my other job. Your other job? Excuse me? You need to be rested. And then one day she had to get rushed to the hospital. She just fainted, passed out at work. And she told me, she said, I was dehydrated. They said I need to rest. And they put her on mandatory bed rest. But she was out of work for about 2 weeks. And she said that was the best 2 weeks ever. And she came back with a different mindset. That I need to rest. That she had to say no. Because I said the money gonna be there always in healthcare. You can't take it all. Like, you gotta rest that body. You gotta rest that body. You just got to. So I had to say that. But nevertheless, thank you all for coming on the show today. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember what? To put God first. Thank you all so very much. This has been a beautiful morning show. And I'm going to go because I got to go grocery shopping and get some groceries. And I will see y'all at the end. Thank you all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, y'all. I got to get some groceries. Oh, wait. What are we doing? Make sure y'all subscribe, too.